Getting pulled up in the show. What's going on, y'all? Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Morning Low Show, live with your host, of course, me, Low Sean Parks. That's who I be. If you guys are new here, please do consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell in the right hand side of the subscribe, next to the subscribe, so that you'll be able to get the notifications when I go live. All right. If you do deem the show or content informational, please do that. So right now it is currently 7:48 in the morning. All right. Eastern Standard Time. That's where I'm at today. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, 7:48 in the morning. So let's go ahead and get the morning started, all right? To the dirty South, wake your ass up. Yeah. To the East Coast, wake your ass up, all right? To the North, wake y'all asses up there in Michigan, Detroit, all that. Shout out to D-Town. And over there in the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? To my West Coast players, yo, y'all wake y'all asses up, all right? The Low Show is on. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get your day started. So I had a person that commented yesterday on the live feed that I did on my live morning show yesterday that said that I guess I was saying, you know what I'm saying, a lot. You know what I'm saying? So see, I just did it again. It tends to be a problem of mine. So it's a word that I like to use a lot. You know what I'm saying? I need to change that. So I'm gonna work on that. All right. As we go through with these videos, I'm gonna try to work on not saying, you know what I'm saying, all the time, because you know I listened to the replay of it and I did say it quite a few times. Another thing that I'm having a problem with is I like to use the word I gotta break that habit. Okay, I don't like the word because to me it feels like you're trying to fill dead air, which that's pretty much what you're doing. But I want to try to replace that with something else, or maybe don't do that until see, I was about to do it again, right? But replace it with a sentence or just not say anything, okay? But I don't like to have dead air space, okay? Because dead air space is a killer. Right? It tunes people out. People don't want to watch when they hear dead air space. So that tends to be the problem. That's why the word is used so much. If you guys watch other people's YouTube channels, you'll hear them use a lot. Good morning from Chi-Town, Chicago. I see Chicago in the building. Matter of fact, right now, if you guys want your city shouted out, this is the time to go ahead and do it. Put your city up there. Put your state up there. It's the morning show with Low. We about to give city shout outs, okay? Friday morning, we feeling good. Everybody feeling good, feeling great. It may be payday for some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And some of y'all might be broke till next week. You know how that go. But we gonna make you feel good. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Good morning from Seoul, South Korea in the building. What's going on, Reggie from Korea? Salute to the soldiers out there. Keep y'all heads up. Chapel Hill, NC, Austin, Texas. Mount Airy, North Carolina. From Louisiana, the boot all day. From, is that Paco, Washington. Ooh, St. Louis, Missouri. Pittsburgh, PA. Fort Myers, Florida. What it do, Low? I'm chilling. I'm just calling out cities right now. Good morning from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Philly in the building. You know, see, I just use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching myself. This is being sponsored by myself. This whole morning show is being sponsored by myself. But Starbucks is always in the building. Okay. Do y'all see, like, is it a glare? And if that's the glare, that's because the iPhone, I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? AC, New Jersey in the building. Brooklyn, New York. Stand up. Brooklyn, son. Where Brooklyn at? OKC, Oklahoma City in the building. Bronx, New York. I see you. God bless, Low. We loving your morning show. Hey, Jeffrey. That rhyme right there. I like that. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to do what I can do for the people. You know what I'm saying? NO, is that New Orleans? Jacksonville, Arkansas. From, where is that at? You said another one. Columbia, South Carolina. Yo, no, I'm not in Columbia right now. I'm in North Charleston right now, delivering my first of the 2 drops that I got. And then I'll be handing up to Columbia, South Carolina next. And then from Columbia to the house. You know what I'm saying? Queens, New York in the building. Shreveport native and Southern Jags fan all day, Reggie. I feel you, man. Chi-Town in the building. Savannah, Georgia up in here. So what I want to do today is I want to talk to you guys because On Fridays, I think, is the day that I'm going to read emails, and y'all hear me with the so y'all gonna have to still excuse me, because I'm still gonna drop the bomb. I'm still gonna drop the, you know what I'm saying, bomb, but I'll try to work on it a lot better than what I was doing before. You know what I'm saying? Orlando, Florida in the building. Chucktown, nice. That's what's going on. So on Fridays, what I want to do, I want to dedicate the show to reading people's emails that they send me. For those that send me emails, if you guys don't know what my email address is, you can send it to me, or any of your emails. You have questions, you have suggestions for the show, send it to me at LoShawnParks@gmail.com. I probably said that all wrong. LoShawnParks@gmail.com, because I think before I said at LoShawn. But send it to me, LoShawnParks@gmail.com. That is LoShawnParks. And on Fridays, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read some of the emails. Okay, so I haven't got that many emails, so I can read the little bit of emails that I have, but I'm pretty sure as the show goes on that the emails are gonna grow fonder. So it'll be a lot to read, so I will have to pick and choose from those. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump right into these emails right now, and then we're gonna talk about it amongst all of us, okay? And see what everybody thinks, and I give my views and opinions on the emails as well. Now, we did do a video on Wednesday, myself and Trucker Brown. He was featured on the channel, and I lost. I didn't lose. So if you guys got an opportunity to see the one with me and Trucker Brown, you had a treat. Okay, you had a treat, because last night I deleted it by accident. Okay, I deleted it by accident. I didn't mean to. It was definitely a treat. We was talking about money and how to be wealthy and everything like that. I deleted by accident because when I went into YouTube, it showed that it was in process, that it was still uploading. But it also already showed that it was already in my archive. So I thought that since it was already in my archive, that I could just get rid of this other one. But I guess that wasn't the case. So since that wasn't the case, I ended up deleting it, and I went back to look, and it's gone off my archive. So if you guys missed out on that video, I do apologize. I can't feed anyone else having problems. Like button. I respect you and TV thoughts and moves y'all making, bro. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I have a tendency of doing that. I see that some people in here. Well, Craig says that he can't see the feed. If you guys can't see the feed, I can't restart it or rebroadcast it. And I do see where the numbers are relatively low. I only see 16 people and 18 likes. So it must be something going on. And it seems to be an issue with the iPhone. Okay. Feed is great here. All right. Appreciate it, Jeffrey. But it may seem like because we was doing our live feed yesterday on the TB and Low show, and people was having problems with seeing us. Okay. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a iPhone issue. I don't know. Some people say I'm doing good. Some people say it's good. Fine. I see it. Okay. But for those that can't, I guess they have to catch the replay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, but let me get to answering some of these emails. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the person's name out, and then I'm going to read exactly what the email says. And I'm going to elaborate on it. Okay. So on Wednesday, I had read the email by Mr. Holmes, and we had answered Mr. Holmes' issue or situation that he sent the email into. So I think that we actually ended up answering it prior to reading the email, because he was talking about expenses and lowering costs and things of that nature. And we was talking about that already before we even read the email. So Mr. Holmes, I hope that I was able to answer your email or your questions. And I appreciate the advice and intake that you have given me in the email as well, Mr. Holmes. So thank you. All right, let me see. So we got one here from, let me see. It says Stefan. I guess Stefan 300 at Gmail. I think that's what I want to say. Stefan, is that you? Stefan 300. All right. So Stefan says, do team drivers make more? All right. So let's get into the first, because it looks like Stefan has more than just one question. Okay. So do team drivers make more? Yes. Team drivers will make more than the solo driver. Okay. And the reason why is just because the team is constantly, the team truck or the truck you if you will, is constantly moving. So the same load that a solo driver can get off in 4 or 5 days going to the West Coast, a team truck can get that same load off in about 2.5 days. Okay, so essentially the team will make more revenue. All right, so I hope that answered that question. So yes, a team does make more money than a solo driver. Me and my cousin thinking about teamwork makes dream work. Wise words from my nigga Low. Yeah, that's right. So teamwork does make the dream work, and you have to both, if you guys are going to team. All right, so you guys already know, if you guys have been following me for a while, that I used to say that don't team with anybody other than your significant other, and that's it, right? Because I said that I don't believe like teaming with a friend, teaming with a buddy, teaming with a sibling is a good idea. Now, do I still hold by that? I still do hold by that. Right? I still hold by that. And the reason why it's a good deal with me and TB is because we both we're both business partners. So we both have this mindset and the goal to make the dream work, right? Because we want to build our fleet together, all right? So we want to build it one truck at a time. So we both are in this truck with the same mindset of building our fleet. Now, if you get with like a friend, your friend may not have that mindset that you have, okay? Your friend may be only on there because he's there to get a paycheck, okay? And you may be having in your mind that you want to get a fleet, you know what I mean? And you want to utilize, you know, your friend to help you get there, but he really don't know that, right? So with him not knowing that, his mindset is not where yours is. So like I said, all he's thinking about is him getting a check. He just want to make miles and get a check. So your dreams are not the same as his. And when they're not the same as his, then y'all are going to clash, because you're going to be wanting to do this one thing, and he's like, nah, I just want to make a check, okay? You're going to want to run hard and heavy. Nah, this day he might be tired, okay? And he don't really feel like running. So he don't understand that the dream and the concept of what you're trying to do, because he's not on board with it, right? So, or like a brother or a sister or a sibling, okay? Your sibling, yeah, you love them to death, all right? You're gonna do a lot with them, and you guys have a lot in common, because, or some siblings don't have a lot in common. Let me take that back, but they still may be in that employee mind frame. They may still be in that mind frame of a check for them. They're not thinking about a check for you and getting more trucks. So, unlike your significant other, if you have your significant other in there, all of the money goes to one account. Your significant other has the same dreams that you have, okay? Your significant other should be wanting to grow with you, okay? You're the man of the household, you lead the way. So that's what the significant other should be doing as the wife, or if the female is the truck driver, right? And the husband should be supporting his wife. If that's the, you know, the ambition and goal that she has come up with, and says, hey, look, after yada 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 yada, then we're gonna have this many amount of trucks. We're gonna make this much amount of money, if that makes sense. But we're gonna make this amount of money, and this has been a dream and a passion of mine. So as the husband, he should support that, right? Especially if he's on the truck. Or as the wife, she should support the husband if she's on the truck and they're running team. So, and then all the money is going into one account. You don't have to worry about splitting it up to different accounts and things of that nature. I'll just make sure the comments was here. I'm sorry, guys. I had to stop real quick. And y'all still there? Y'all still there? Let me see some comments. Let me get a vape in, and then I'll finish saying what I was saying. I just want to make sure y'all still there. Let me get a comment. I don't see nobody. All right. Yep. All right. So Tom says, yeah. Appreciate it, Tom. All right, thank y'all. P Holmes 10-4. What's going on, P Holmes? I just shouted you out, baby. Appreciate that email, man. I hope I was able to answer your questions for you in the email and also on that feed. Like I said, I hope you guys got a chance to watch it, because it's no longer available because I accidentally deleted it. So, and I was pissed about that yesterday too. Just backtracking, I was pissed about that yesterday when I deleted it. I was pretty upset because it was a damn good feed. It was a damn good live feed. Damn good morning show. Excuse me. So if you're gonna team, okay, and it's going to be with somebody that's not your significant other, and it's going to be like somebody like me and Trucker Brown. Both of y'all have to sit down, and both of y'all have to agree that this is what the goal is going to be, okay? Because if you guys don't agree on what the goal is going to be, it's not going to work, all right? Somebody is going to be in a different mind frame. Somebody's going to be in a different mindset, all right? So what we're trying to do with me and TB, hey, I appreciate it, P. Holmes, appreciate it, man. I'm glad I was able to help you out. What we're trying to do with our experiment that me and TB are doing is we're trying to show everybody in the world the inevitable, okay? A lot of people think that you can't teammate or team with a person and you guys have the same common goal and be successful. Now, I don't know if this has ever been done before, where two business-minded people had gotten into the truck. Appreciate that, Choice. $2 from Choice. Appreciate that, fam. I really do. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, I don't know if this has ever been done before or even shown before, okay, where two gentlemen have gotten into a truck, one single truck, to make their fleet grow. Now, I know people have grown their fleet single, soloing it, or doing a truck by truck or what have you, but we're actually going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? We are going against the grain, me and TB, because we're doing what a lot of people fear of doing. Okay, a lot of people don't want to give up the space. Okay, they don't want to be in the truck with another man, and yada yada, and you got to be messy, and this one person is opposites and everything like that. But when you guys have a dream and you guys have something that you guys are dying effortlessly to make work, it's going to work. Okay, because both of y'all on the same page. Nobody is thinking differently. Everybody's mind is turning towards making the dream work, making the fleet work, getting trucks. But before you get trucks, you got to figure out how to get this one truck running to perfection. You got to, like TB was saying, you got to get payroll down. All right, you got to understand their insurance. You got to understand, you know, what the freight is out here, what the lanes is that's going to be good for a team, because the lanes for a team that are good may not necessarily be good for a solo person. So if you've been running solo and you're like, yeah, this lane was good, that may have been a good lane for a solo person, but as a team, that may not have been a good lane, right? And what do I mean by that? For a solo guy, he can put in 600 miles, okay, for the day, and make $1,000. Okay, this is what I've always said before. If you can make $1,000 a day as a solo, you're doing damn good. Okay. But see, that same load that solo guy did for 600 miles and made $1,000 for the day off it, a team would hurt off of that. You know what I mean? We would be hurting, because 600 miles for a team, that means that the truck has to stop for, let's see, so let's just say you run it overnight, they can't receive it till the next day. You run 600 miles. Now the team has to shut down for 600 miles. I mean, for essentially half of a day. So that wouldn't make the team any money. And you guys got $1,000 out of that. And you got to split that down the middle. And between the two people, $500. And then you figure like this, you got to put money back off of that load for maintenance and for things that you have to do for your truck. Then you essentially, a team would not make any money off of what is a good lane for a solo. Okay, so you have to learn all of that stuff down, and that's what we're doing in the truck together. As me being the coordinator, I'm sitting there, I'm showing TB, I'm saying, look, this is what it boom woody woo, because I'm where I'm at 4 months prior to TB coming. And if you guys have been following Trucker Brown and myself, you guys have noticed that pretty much, you know, when I tell TB to go to a certain place, he excels there, you know. And, you know, when he was at ASF in the port, and I got him to come over to Prime. All right, he came over to Prime, he enjoyed it. When I left Prime, it was all the plan already, okay? A lot of people may think otherwise, but it was part of a plan. I was gonna leave first. I'm gonna go over to this other place where we're at. Let me get my feet wet. Let me find out this board over here. Let me see what they talking about over here. And once I get it figured out, I'm gonna bring you with me. All right, I'm gonna bring you with me. Let me go over here and figure the money out, and then I'm bringing you over here with me. All right. And then once we get over here, we're going to figure the money out from here. And then, you know, the next thing from here for us is our own authority. But everything's moving up the ladder, you know what I mean? And TB did very well over there because while he was at Prime, he learned to run and train with team operation, because that was just setting him all up for this moment right now that we're in. So then he could understand how you had to run and how the truck had to stay moving and how we had to expedite freight. So it was a good look for him over there. He learned a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot of stuff when I was there too, you know, at Prime. So I take nothing from them. They taught me a lot in the game. All right, so to all the soldiers that's there at Prime, man, y'all are getting the meat and potatoes, okay? And then later on down the line, when you come here, you get the dessert. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to this stage, you get the dessert. But right now, you're getting the meat and the potatoes of the game, and soak all of that up, because I learned everything that I learned on how to be efficient and be the way that I am with trucking right now. It came from Prime, okay? Now, Prime did shit on me at the end, but it's all right because I gained something valuable from them that's going to make me possibly millions down the line. All right, so I'm not salty about it. All right, I learned what I needed to learn. I got in and got out. Well, technically I didn't. I stayed there 3.5 years, but you know what I'm saying. So when I came here, I learned this system for 4 months, and then after I had the system down packed, that's when I told TB, I said, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to go. And then I see a lot of people used to think that, oh, LaShawn got TB over to Prime just to leave him. What kind of game is being played here? You know what I mean? How do you get this person to come over here, your dog to come over here to follow you, just for you to turn around to leave? It was all part of the plan. Okay? TB was going to come, leave the port, ASF, to come over to Prime, learn how a team operation ran, stack his bread up for me to teach him certain savings plans, and then when I'm where I'm at, we're going to make the move to it. We're going to get more to the money. Okay? I can tell you like this. In the 3 weeks that we have been out, we have netted to each of our accounts roughly about $9,000 a piece. Okay, we're talking about take home, people. Okay, we're not talking about gross. We're talking about net. Me and him have netted close to $9,000 a piece. And we've pulled 5 loads, I believe. I think this is our 5th one, 5th or 6th. But needless to say, we're going home for 4 or 5 days. We won't be back out till Tuesday. We're able to each go home with $9,000 in our bank account. And I bullshit you not, okay? I bullshit you not. I don't have a reason to fudge the numbers or lie to you, because if it was 5,000, I would tell you it was 5,000. If it was 4,000, I would tell you it was 4,000. If we didn't make anything and it was some bullshit, then I'm going to tell you we didn't do well at all. Okay, I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys. So, and that was only with us being out. How long we been out? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So our next adventure, if you will, is after we finish this home time, we're gonna be out 30 days straight. All right, so it's gonna be a full month, and I will give you guys an update on what a full month is, because I'm just thinking like, damn, after 3 weeks, because we've only been out for about 3 weeks. With 3 weeks, because when was our first load? April 4th, and today is the 21st. Yeah, so I think it's about 3 weeks, right? If we would have been out for a month and we're already at 9,000 in the bank accounts, then we have a whole nother week. We have another potential of putting like $4,000 to $5,000 more dollars a piece in the account. because technically we've been revenuing somewhere roughly about $13,000 a week in revenue, okay? And the truck note on this one is $1,450 every month. So we focus on the truck note a week prior to when the truck note is due, and then we just run one load, and then that one load pays for the truck note, and then bam, now the rest of it is chummy money. Okay, that's what I call it, chummy money. That's the rest of it is good glanja money, good money. But and the truck note is going to be due for this truck on the 1st of the month next month. Okay, so when we come back out on Tuesday, which let me see what day that is. I believe it's like the 24th, if I'm not wrong. Let me take a look real quick. Let me get my dates right, because I was wrong about my date yesterday. I told y'all happy Wednesday when it was Thursday. I was doing bad. $20 from JD Johnson 815. Man, I appreciate that, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate everybody who donates, man. It is truly a blessing. I don't ask for donations, but if you guys want to donate, man, it's truly a blessing, and I truly do thank you guys for that. Definitely. So we'll be back out on the 25th. And our truck note will be due on Monday the 1st of May. So with us being out here on the 21st, I come back out on the 25th. I have to have the mind frame. All right, I got to find us something that is going to pan out, where we get the truck payment out and we can make a little bit of money off of it too, right? So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to find us something out Tuesday that's going to go to the West, where we can possibly get it off in the West by Friday, and probably pay us about $7,800 or somewhere about I'm gonna try to get us $7,000. All right, that's by Friday, and then Friday I'm gonna find us a weekend load where we can come back crossed and deliver on Monday, and try to get another 5,000 to deliver by Monday, and maybe turn a little shorty one for Tuesday to where we can pick up the 13,000. So you see how I just did that? 7,000 from Tuesday to Friday, and then we're gonna pick up a weekend load, $5,000, deliver on Monday. So where we at? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then it only leaves us of needing $1,000 to go from Monday to Tuesday. So we can find a team load on Monday morning when we drop off that needs to be expedited for a Tuesday. So say like it may need to go 1,000 miles, it may pay $3,000, but all we need from there is $1,000 to hit our $13,000 mark for the week. You understand? So it ran Tuesday to Tuesday, right? Because that's when we come back out. So you see, that's how I coordinate on finding the money. I pretty much just gave you guys a breakdown of how I look on the board to coordinate. So, you know, some of y'all might start doing that. But let me see what P. Holmes says here. He says, Lo, what's the trigger for the great paying loads? Is it your company's connection or the load boards? All right, so the connection is the thing that I operate off of is a load board. Okay, we have agents that will call us, okay, and will offer loads, but for the most part I do a lot of my work off of the load board because it's either there, or I do have certain agents that are in my phone that I haul loads for prior to TB coming here, where I built that good relationship with them. So then what I would do is I let them know that woody woo, we in this area, what you got going on, and so forth and so on. But where we're at, teams over here are like a rare sighting. Okay, there are teams here, but there are not that many teams here. Okay, in the same breath. So when a team does pop up or come around, those brokers are on it. Okay, they're figuring out who the team is and woody woo. Now when I call in, they remember me from pulling the load for them solo. So now I tell them I'm no longer solo. I'm teaming right now. And when I tell them that, they're like, whoa, really? Oh man, yeah, we're really, now you done went from being maybe number 3 or 4 on my list, and now you're number 1 because you can expedite my freight. You know what I'm saying? You can have my freight there in Cali in 2.5 days, opposed to a solo guy who got it there in 5 days. Now you see, the agents don't get paid until you drop. Okay, so the faster that you're able to get that load off, the faster they get paid. So of course they're always satisfied with working with somebody who can move their freight a lot faster, because the faster you move it, the faster they get paid. So that's why the teams are valued over here, because them agents is able to knock out loads faster, and they get paid faster, you know what I mean? Opposed to them having to wait on a solo guy to take the load to California, and you know, now they're just sitting on this paperwork, just sitting there patting their hands back and forth, because they know that this driver is going to be 5 days out, you know what I mean? And it could be a high paying load for them, you know. So if it's a high paying load for them, they're just sitting there tapping their, oh, I'd be happy when this load gets off so I can turn this paperwork in. So when the team steps to them, they're like, whoa, yeah, let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do this. How many miles? How many miles do me and TB typically run? Anywhere between 5,000 and 5,500. Yeah, typically on a week basis, week to week, we typically run from the east to the west or whatever. We run coast to coast. We go and grab something else and come from one coast to the other. Now, see, with teaming, it's best that you do that you run coast to coast as much as you possibly can, okay, whenever you're doing your loads. And the reason why I say this is, you don't want to, I'm gonna give y'all an example. You don't want to, if you're teaming, to hop, okay? And what do I mean by hop? If y'all don't know, hopping means going short distances to get yourself back across to the coast, okay? And we're blocking that person. All right, you don't want to hop your way back across the coast. You want to find something that's a straight shooter, okay? Because what I've come to find out, which is example of how we had to get to the house, we had to damn hop basically here, and essentially for the time that was consumed of it, we really didn't make the kind of money that we wanted trying to get back home, okay? And the reason why is because we took the load from Washington and we had to hop it to Texas, right? So then we stopped in Amarillo, Texas for the drop off, and then from there we had to grab we had to get another load, which is this load we're on right now, and then we hopped from there, from Texas to South Carolina, okay? And that's where we're at now. And then when we drop this off, then we're going to deadhead on up to the house. But essentially, in all of that, we made $3,000 on the Washington to Texas load, and then we made $2,250 on this load to South Carolina. So we only made $5,200. You understand? Because we had hopped. And anytime that you getting into that hopping game, it gets rough, because previous to that, coming out of Washington, we had the AT&T trucks that went from a straight shooter from Washington down to Memphis, Tennessee, which paid $5,800. Okay, paid $5,800, and it was a straight shooter down, you know, from the top, basically down south, dirty. How long you gonna team with TB? We don't know. We're gonna stay doing this until the dream is done, until we have our capital where we need it, to where we're ready to go out and purchase more trucks, and we have our drivers ready to put in them. Because right now, by us getting another truck, what does that do? Because that means now we need to go find another driver, and see, the hard part about it is this: if we want to turn our trucks to a team operation trucks, it's going to be hard trying to put two people in a truck that don't know each other and for them to make the team. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that would be able to do it is you have to offer a exceptional pay package to both parties, so that they don't be at each other's neck and don't nobody feel like one is making more than the other. You pretty much have to pay them both the same, but you have to pay them to where you can keep that truck moving and give them incentives. So we're working on all of that. So before we roll all of that out and roll and get another truck, we want to make sure that we have that in line. Let me see. So does hopping rule out LTL? Good question, P. Holmes. No. Now, the thing about LTLing, right? You want to make sure that the LTL is paying worth a damn, okay? Typically, LTLs, I put it to you like this. Typically, LTLs will pay for your fuel, Okay, you want to use your LTL as your fuel for your full truckload, okay, that you may already have. So if you have a little bit of room left, then that's when you throw the LTL up there, and the LTL pretty much covers your fuel for the trip, and then everything off of your full truckload is just you. All right, yeah, that's just all chummy money right there. So you're using your LTL to pay for your fuel to get you down the road, okay? So then you don't have to worry about taking all of that good money that you got off of your full truckload. Now, when you start piecing together LTLs, okay, you better make sure that you piecing them through in a efficient way. So let's just say you get 3 LTLs. We can get 3 LTLs. I get 3 vehicles, and they all LTLs, and they need to go from let's just say from the West Coast over to the East Coast. All right. Now, one of them I pick up in Washington will maybe pay $2,200 to go to the East Coast. Okay, $2,200. Then let's say I go down to Colorado and I gotta pick up another one, and it's gonna pay $1,700. Okay, to go to the East Coast, like the same area where I'm going. All right, so let's pull our calculator out so we can show you guys the numbers here real quick. So we got $2,200, right, for one LTL truck, plus a $1,700 for another one. Okay, so right now you're at $3,900, right? And then let's just say you keep on going and you get to like Missouri and you pick up another one, and that's $1,200, right? So essentially you got $3,900 plus $1,200 equals $5,100, right? So is that a good load, essentially? Especially, let's just say that you got to take those trucks or those vehicles and they're going down to Connecticut. Let's just say they're going to Connecticut. So now you have to factor in, okay, I got to go through scales. Not scales, but excuse me, I got to go through tolls. Tolls is going to run some money. Okay, so essentially that's going to cut off. So you got $5,100. Now you got to start calculating in your fuel. Typically, what I've come to find out with me and TB, typically as a team operation going from coast to coast, you're going to spend roughly about $1,000, give or take. Okay, more on the take. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to spend more so between $1,000 to $1,200. Okay, in fuel. All right, and this is just what it is. So $5,100. All right, you're getting paid 50. Well, let's do $5,100. Subtract $1,000 in fuel. Okay, you're down to $4,100, right? So then you need to subtract tolls, okay? Because you're gonna have tolls. So you're gonna have an additional, let's just say $200, $300 in tolls. You're down to $3,800. Okay, so you traveled all the way across country, stopped at 3 different locations, picked up 3 different cars, going to drop them. Now they all going to go to the same city, right? Now they could all be going, Mr. Mac, appreciate that, man. $5 from Mr. Mac. Shout out to my brother on the legal grind and sharing the knowledge, making today another great day. Hey, I appreciate it, Lee Mac. Thank you so much, sir, for that $5, man. Highly appreciate it. Thank you. I do. So what you're doing, essentially, now you're down to $3,800, okay? You're down to $3,800. And the way that me and TB operate, so we're going to take $1,000 out for maintenance for the truck, right? So we would subtract $1,000. It leaves us down to $2,800, okay, that we got to split. Now, is that a bad, and then on top of that, our carrier, you know, they're going to take their percentage. So the carrier going to take their percentage. They're going to probably take about $1,000 off that. So basically, it's going to leave us with $1,800 off of that $5,100 load that we had to do a whole lot of stopping. We had to hop until we got to a destination. So when people ask me, how should you run the LTL game? Get yourself a full truckload first. And then if you have room left on your trailer, you look for a LTL to pay for the fuel for your full truckload. So your full truckload may be $5,800 for your full truckload going from east to west or west to east, right? And you got a little bit of room left on your deck. So with us, they may say, all right, well, we're only going to need 40 feet of your trailer, and we're going to pay you $5,800 to go from east to west. Or actually, that's more like, yeah, let's just say east to west. All right, or we're going to pay you 6 bands to go east to west. That's typically what it is. 6 bands or better, or somewhere in that area. Anyway, we're gonna pay you $6,000 to go from east to west. We need 40 feet of your trailer. All right. Now we got a 53-foot step deck, so we still got 13 more feet left, right? So we're going to figure out how long it is, how wide it is, and everything like that. So you get all your specs and everything from the agent and find out everything woody woo. And once you get that put on there, or once you get that book, now you're like, damn, okay, I have 13 feet of deck left. You know what I'm saying? So now you can find an LTL. Okay, now you can start looking for an LTL and use that LTL to say the LTL will pay going from the same area where you're at. It may have an LTL or another LTL in the area within a couple 100 miles of you. And then you could put that LTL on first, put up on your top deck or in your space or whatever. For us, it would, probably be our top deck, or if not, just depends on on how they need the deck. If we could put it on the backside, it doesn't matter. But what I'm essentially trying to say is that 14 feet of your deck is being used, and you have 13. So now I'm gonna look for an LTL that's going out to the west. All right, that I can fit 13 feet of, and that's gonna pay me probably somewhere about, probably $1 on the mile. So if I'm going 2,600 miles out there and I'm coming from the east to the west, it's probably gonna pay me $2,600, right? Now, with me already knowing, damn, all right, so if this LTL is gonna pay $1 a mile to go 2,600 miles, it's $2,600 for the LTL. Now my big boy joint is paying me 6 bands to go out there, right? So that's essentially almost close to like $3 a mile on that joint. Now I got 2,600 coming from my LTL. I know that it takes me no more than about $1,200 to get out to the west with fuel. Now this LTL just paid for my fuel, and this LTL just put an additional $1,400 on top of my rev on my 6 bands that I'm already keeping from the full truckload, right? So now I'm putting additional 14 on top. Now I just put 7,400 in my pocket, essentially. You see how that's why LTL is a fun game if you know how to operate it. But to me, you should get LTL with a full truckload. Okay, piecing together multiple LTLs together, it could pay, but you got to be in the right area at the right time for it to fall like that. So essentially what you want to do is find yourself a full truckload that's paying good money, that doesn't take up your whole deck. And then LTL means less than load. Basically, LTL is just something that's small. It could be anywhere from 1 foot to 25 foot. But what it basically meaning is that after you load it, you would still have room on your trailer. Okay. Normally full truckloads are anything that is 26 feet and longer, or 24 feet and longer. And it just depends on what the customer does. The customer may ask for full truckload. And then the thing that you guys got to understand too is that a lot of people may not know this, but your LTL is always secondary to your full truckload. Okay, so the customer that is paying the agent for the full truckload, you can't put that LTL prioritized over the full truckload, because technically that customer that asked for the full truckload, basically that's their truck. They paid for that, for you to be there. They paid for basically a full truck. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is, don't prioritize your LTL over your full truckload when it comes to delivering. Okay, if that's making any sense to you guys. All right. So whenever you're doing trip planning, you need to make sure that LTL, and on LTLs, you typically have about 7 days to deliver LTLs. Another jewel right there, I just dropped, bang. All right, on LTLs, you typically have 7 days to deliver those. Now, truckloads are prioritized because the customer has paid for the full truck. Okay, so if they want to be jazzy and snappy about it and you show up late on it because you went to pick up an LTL, you're screwing up. All right, so you need to prioritize and make sure that full truckload gets off in the timely manner that it's supposed to, because if you get the LTL off, and then LTL, by you trying to get the LTL off early, and it made your full truckload late, you done screwed up. All right, you done screwed up. So, and for that being late, essentially the agent can turn back around and charge you. Okay, and these agents can get as high as $500 charges. Okay, for you being late on freight. So don't be that guy. All right, that LTL has 7 days to deliver. All right, so get the full truckload off first, then you worry about your LTL. But your LTL is going to pay for your fuel, so you're good to go. Okay, FTL is the priority. In other words, yes, FTL is always a priority. Full truckload is always priority over LTL. All right, don't get in the habit of delivering unless your LTL is along the way and you're still on time. Okay, so that's where you need to do your trip planning. Now, if your LTL is along the way and you know that you well ahead, then you good to go. You good money to drop the LTL first because you're ahead of schedule. But if you are right on schedule or you're behind a little bit, you don't have time to stop for the LTL right then and there. You'll have to drop the full truckload first and then come double back and get your LTL off. Okay, and on top of that, if the LTL paid $2,600 and you know it took you $1,200 to get out there to the west, so you still got a little bit of money to play with. You know what I mean? So that's the key. That's the key to LTL, having that 7-day window to get it there. Allows companies time to consolidate into full truckload. Yes, exactly, P. Holmes. You full of shit. I don't know how, but we're gonna get you up out of here. I'm telling you what I do, how I get money. I don't know what you talking about. What's up and downs did you go through before you learned how all this worked at the current carrier? All right, so the ups and downs that I went through at the current carrier. This is what happened. Better have that LTL on the ass end of the truck also. Yeah, you better, because if it's in the front end, then you got to go deliver the full truckload first. So you just need to prioritize. And most time, if you know that you're getting a full truckload and it's 40 thou and they're both going in like the same area, then if the full truckload, it needs 40 feet, then most of the time what I do is I put my LTL on first, okay, and then I put my full truckload, because I want to get my full truckload off first, and then I want to get my LTL off last. That's just how I typically do it. And I try to find LTLs that's going into the same area, within the same area that I'm going. But how did I what happened to the emails? I'm gonna read them here in the last 10 minutes. But I was explaining that because that was a jewel right there about the LTL that I did want to drop. How did I learn? Well, the first times all right, let's get you up out of here, because you are not allowed no more. Bang. All right, Hayden, sorry, but you got to go. Peace out, brother. All right, so how did I learn this? Through trial and error. I know when I first came over here, I looked on the board and I was like, man, it's a lot of money on here, right? So I'm looking at all the money, so I'm getting antsy, and I hear people say, do LTL, do LTL, do LTL. So I started booking myself on loads that I couldn't. It's all good, Mr. Mac. We ain't gonna worry about them trolls. We just gonna hit the delete button on them. So I remember I had booked myself on. I overbooked myself, right? And then I was like, hey, I won't be able to make this. I won't be able to make. I told the agent I ain't gonna be able to do this because I overbooked myself. Like, I thought that I was gonna be able to do it, but I couldn't do it, you know. And essentially it cost me money, right? So when it costs me money, when it starts costing you money and it's hitting your pockets, you start to learn real fast. All right, let's just say you'll learn real quick on how to prioritize and get those loads right. All right, so that's pretty much how I learned, from trial and error. Yeah. All right, so let me get to these emails, because I just told you guys how to run full truckload in LTL, but I do want to read these emails. So I think I answered this one. So Stefan 300 was asking about the teams. I think I pretty much broke it all down right there with the LTL too. So thank you, Stefan, for that email. All right, the next one, let's see, comes from Ruben. Okay, Ruben, I'm just gonna say, he says, yo, what's up, bruh? I heard of your email on the Wake Up with LoSean Parks, LOL. Anyways, I have a YouTube channel because of what I see you and TB doing, bruh, and I got into trucking just recently. My YouTube channel is called Bo the Trucker. I'll go subscribe to Bo the Trucker. Check him out. It's BOEDA Trucker. All right, LOL. It's really nothing big as I'm just starting out, but I would like to get some insight on something really serious. Can you and TB discuss for us new truckers on how we can deal with having a significant other at the house that really doesn't support trucking? My girl has been tripping since I've started trucking, and I'm having a difficult time trying to get her to see the bigger picture. Any advice would help, bruh. Thanks for the videos and keep them coming. All right, Ruben, damn good email, man. Wow. How much time I got left? 10 minutes. All right, so in 10 minutes, I'm gonna try to sum this up for you as much as I can, Ruben, and appreciate the email. The way to deal with a significant other. Hold on, y'all. We gotta get some people out of here. I mean, they trying to be relentless on my show. You can't take over Low show. Low will get you up out of here, young buck. And I see Workaholic says cut her loose. No, don't cut her loose, okay? The thing is, when you're new in this, right, and you have an old lady or a girlfriend, they are used to seeing you home all the time, okay? Especially before you got in the truck, and they're used to seeing you home all the time. You guys are on a schedule with seeing each other, and if it's your old lady or your wife or somebody like that, then it's very hard, okay? It's very hard. Rule Hall NC, okay? Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Rule Hall. It's very hard. And your old lady's not gonna understand it off jump, okay? She's not gonna understand it off jump. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you like this, Ruben, don't expect for her to understand it off jump, okay? Don't expect for her to understand off jump. And you're not gonna understand it off jump either, because once you first start out here and you got an old lady at home, you're gonna be the individual, or you will be as well, as the type of guy that wants to go home every 2-3 weeks because you miss your old lady, right? And eventually, over time, you being out here a little bit longer, the longer you'll start staying out longer. And it's not because you want to get away from your old lady. It's just because you'll find out that by you going home every 2-3 weeks, that you're not making any money. So you'll essentially start staying out just a little bit longer. Okay, you may stay out 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, opposed to you maybe doing 2 to 3 weeks and going home. But the way that me and my wife dealt with it, because when I first came into it, same way, you know, she didn't like it. She didn't really understand it. You're away from the family and this, that, and the third. So the way that I eased her mind is I took her out on the road with me for a couple of trips, okay? And if you're allowed to do this, Ruben, it's probably the biggest thing to do to show your lady exactly what you do and what you go through on a day-to-day basis, so that she can have that peace of mind to know that you're not out here just bullshitting and wasting time, okay? So if your company or your carrier allows you to have your spouse on, I would say bring your spouse out for a week, okay? Bring her out on the road with you for a week. Let her see what your job is. Let her see what you got going on. And oh yeah, hold up. Man, I need y'all to hit the like. Well, we do the like button at the end. Let's keep on going. But bring her out with you and let her see exactly what your job is all about. Okay? And that's probably going to be the easiest way, because you can't explain to her on the phone or have her understand on the phone exactly what you're going through, okay? Because she's not going to understand. She's still not going to understand, okay? That's like you trying to explain to a person how to put a certain part on to the truck, and you're telling them over the phone, but you can't see it, and without you being able to physically show them, it gets complicated trying to explain to somebody over the phone how to do a certain thing. All right, so it's just better that you, if you're able to, put her on the truck with you, let her stay out there with you for a week, learn the road, see what you got going on. Me, essentially, I did that with my wife, and then I turned around, and then I got my wife I brought my wife out, okay, and I brought her to Prime. I trained her, and we got her a CDL, and we rode together for a year before, she went home. And she went back home, went back into her field of being a nurse. But she had left her field of nursing to come out to learn her spouse's career field so that she could understand it. Because, like I said in the beginning, she used to feel like truckers are dogs. I heard all the rumors about them. You guys got kids and wives and families in different states and everything like that. So my wife was against it too. So actually I brought her out, and then I turned her into a CDL trucker, and now, she's a trucker. Well, she doesn't do trucking no more. She still has her CDL. She's back in her nursing field. But, if I get the super sleeper, we coming out here together again and teaming. So, just know it. That's what I'm trying to get, is the super sleeper for me and my wife to team again, and for me to bring the family out. But Ruben, bring her out on the road. Let her see what you do on a day-to-day basis. And I promise you that would ease her mind. And try to do it, every couple of months, okay? Don't just do it once a year and think that's going to ease her mind. Try to get her on the truck with you, every couple of months. Have her come out for a week, and then you guys just spend time together. You guys may go see Mount Rushmore. You guys may go see some tour spots, and that's what's cool. That's what's cool about bringing your spouse out here, and that's what's so cool about trucking, is because we get to see so many different things that a lot of people wish that they could see in America. Okay, people ain't never left their state, so that's the fun part about trucking. So that's my advice to you, Ruben. Bring your significant other out here on the road with you, and let her see what you do on a day-to-day basis. All right, I hope that advice works out for you. If it doesn't, brother, shoot me another email, let me know how that go, and then we will try to come up with another conclusion for you. All right, but that's what I got for you. All right, I gotta get ready to get this truck off of here so I can take this other one up to Columbia, South Carolina, and then from Columbia, South Carolina, I can head to the house. Hope this guy got enough room right here. This one long ass goddamn trailer he got. Start turning, bruh. Yeah, he good. He should be good. Let's see what he do. See how close he get. Y'all gonna hear his motor. Watch. Go on, rookie. All right. So with that being said, we're down to like the final 2 minutes. Let me see what y'all got in here. Last comments, last statements before I get up off here. Luck me up low. I'm in Charleston. Want some good barbecue. Hey Jamal, I would like to have some good barbecue. I'm over here at Ryder. I don't know how long if you know where Ryder is, off of, what is this? Fortune Drive. Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. Bring me some of that barbecue, young buck. I'll be here for about another 20 minutes. bring me a plate there, Joel. All right, 19 years in the game, and wifey still don't understand some things, but she sure appreciates good credit. Full fridge and good credit very well. Hey, that's what's up, P. Holmes. I know that's right. Them ladies, man, they like the money now, okay? They may not understand the game, but when them checks is rolling through in a deposit form, they liking that. Believe that. Good show, bro. Appreciate it, Darrell. Hope you guys was able to learn something today. We did go over full truckload and LTL loads. I basically told you guys how I end up loading us when we're going from coast to coast. I also told you guys how to run as an efficient team, and pretty much told you guys the plan of how me and TB are able to operate a team operation, all right, without being spouses. So with that being said, man, I will catch y'all on Tuesday, man. You guys have a very safe and blessed weekend. You guys stay safe until Tuesday. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Like, be unsafe. And as always, man, winners focus on winning, man. And them losers, they're going to continue to focus on the winners, because we winning. And we winning all day. All right. So before I bounce up out here, I need each and every one of y'all to hit that like button if you ain't hit it already. And if you are new to my channel and you like what the content that I gave, you like the show for this morning, you like the morning show, make sure that you do definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you can get more content like this coming in the near future. All right. We're just going to try to keep it rolling. We're going to try to keep it 100 as much as we can. And that's what it do. All right. I'm signing out. Y'all be safe, man. And I will catch y'all on Tuesday when me and TB is back in the truck, man. All right. I fuck with y'all the strong way, man. Y'all stay up.